حيدري محمد وآل محمد بلند صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين أبي القاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد
وعلى الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين سيما بقية الله أعزهم بقية الله خير لكم إن كنتم مؤمنين وعلى الله وعلى أعدائهم أجمعين بلقد اللهم لا نخالف الفاتحة والسلام علينا من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم خلق نور فاطمة قبل أن يخلق الأرض والسماء صلى الله عليه وسلم It is quite impossible to agree upon to really point out or discuss the greatness of the daughter of the Prophet whom we are commemorating tonight, her Shahadat, her martyrdom, in this Bayt, in this house which is founded by her name. It is quite unfortunate at the same time to see less of people here, because Fatima was someone who used to stand up in prayers, and Hassan and Hussein used to sit next to her, and she used to recite du'as by taking the names of the family members, of the friends, and of the neighbors. So long, without including her name or her children's name. And when Hassan and Hussein questions that, "Oh mother, you have taken everyone's name, but you haven't taken our name." She used to say first neighbors, then family, then children. So she was so much worried, she was so much concerned about her loved ones, about her neighbors. In return, we should be commemorating her wiladat. With all our desire, with all our presence, as much as we can. But this is how we are, unfortunately. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless those who are here to commemorate Shahadat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless those who have really worked and made this Shahadat possible. And indeed, the dua of Fatima is not only for people or hamsai or the neighbors of that time, or lovers of the Prophet of that time. The dua of Fatima is even for the lovers till the Yawm al-Qiyamah, till the day of judgment. So know all of those who are here, indeed, we all are included in the dua of Fatima. As we said that it is not possible to really discuss the greatness of Hazrat. However, riwayat, and I'm going to have chosen the book which is written by one of the One of the greatest scholars, one of the greatest mystique of our time, who recently died, and his name was Ayatollah Shahadat Bibi. One of the staunch figures of mysticism, of Irfan, of Shia school of thought. He was an expert, well trained by Allama Tabatabai in this field. Apparently, as I mentioned earlier, Allama had many students. He had trained many students, and he has trained them in accordance to their capacity. That was the beauty of Allama Tabatabai, that he trained students in accordance to what substance they belong to. For example, you would find Agha Jawadi Amali, who is an expert in transcendental philosophy, so he trained him in that, and also tafsir of Quran, as Allama had a special methodology in tafsir of Quran. And he trained Agha Shahadat Bibi, to cut a long story short, in the field of mysticism, in the field of Irfan. And this book, which I have itself, is written by him, and he mentions this, that after doing the askar after Fajr, and this man was so great that he used to recite Quran and give hadiyah by taking the names of the prophets. And he used to mention that we tend to forget the name prophets and we don't give hadiyah to them. And he used to finish the whole Quran, give hadiyah to Hazrat Musa, to Hazrat Ibrahim, he was of that caliber. One of my fellow mates who was a doctor and was his doctor as well, a medical doctor, and I had mentioned this earlier, used to visit him, and he used to complain that in these spiritual witnessing that I am having is not allowing me to sleep. The songs or the rhymes of the Jannah is not allowing me to go to sleep. Give me something that I could rest for a while. This is few years before he died. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless his soul and elevate his soul and mahshur him with Fatimah Zahra salamu alayha and elevate alayhi salam. He writes, after finishing the book, which is called the Jalwa Noor, he did askar of namaz al-subh, and then he went to sleep. And he saw Allama Tabatabai in his dream. And he says that, bring that book that you have written. And he brings that book, the book on Bibi Fatimah that he has written. And then he says, take this and use this in the majalis of our friends. And then Agha Shahadat Bibi says that, this is the only copy that he has. But regardless, it is one of the advice of his and his students and his master, that these hadiths which he has brought in this book should be discussed among the lovers of Fatima, among the mu'mineen and mu'minat. So I have chosen few riwayat from this book. But prior to that, I would like to give you a premise in order to understand this riwayat. A premise of an Islamic worldview and a materialistic worldview. The worldview which Islam has is a worldview that focuses not only on the dunya, not only just this world, but also focuses prior to this world and after this world. It's a worldview which is divine worldview. And it is a worldview that is unique amongst all divine worldviews, because there are other divine worldviews as well. Christians, they have divine worldviews. Hindus, they have divine worldviews. So those who ever believe in the Creator, regardless of how many creators that may be, still is considered as a divine worldview, because they are not materialistic. They don't only believe in this world.